Discover compatible fall protection solutions for ASP standing seam roof profiles.
I've written a blog about ASP. They're a roll former out of New York. They make about 10 different standing seam panels. That's architectural sheet metal products. So if you jump into this blog and scroll down, what we're talking about is specialized fall protection equipment that's going to work with their panel profiles. Not every fall protection anchor is going to work with every seam profile. So we go into each different panel in depth. So as you can see, some of their profiles are not going to be compatible with seam mounted equipment, but there's other alternatives we can recommend for you. So if you click this link anywhere in this article, if you'll click where it says roof anchor compatibility chart, that takes you to the quick reference guide here. Now, starting at the top, so the SSRA1, this is our seam-mounted anchor. This can be used for a single worker tie-off, and then there's adapter plates that work with this anchor. So this first one, this is our standard anchor with cup tip set screws. This is 12 non-penetrating set screws. It locks onto the seam. So as you look down through their panels, you can see some are compatible, some are not. The first two that I showed you, those inverted V's, they're not compatible because their set screws cannot squeeze those two vertical legs together. They're spread too wide at the bottom. But they have several snap locks and mechanical locks that are compatible. And then these last three, these are their curved series, the SBLC 100, MLC 100, MLC 150. These are curved systems. Anytime you're looking at a curved standing seam roof and you're trying to determine fall protection, that requires even more specialized equipment. We highly recommend that you retain the services of a trained safety professional that can inspect the roof and determine the best equipment. So don't automatically assume that different equipment can work on curved roofs. Those have totally different parameters as far as fall protection goes. So, okay, so that's the SSRA1 cup tip. Moving on to the SSRA1 nylon tip. Now, this product is exactly the same as the cup tip. The only difference is the set screws. And they're interchangeable. So we have kits that have both set screws, the body, the D-ring, everything else is exactly the same. So the cup tip is intended for 22 gauge steel. The nylon tip is intended for 24 gauge steel. So when we go to nylon tip set screws, the reason for that is it's a softer bite on the panel, but it's more torque. So that just does better in the testing, in our lab testing. So this is going to be the same compatibility as the cup tip. The QuickSnap and the SL100, because of the shape of those seams, they're not compatible. The SL150, the standard ML series, the mechanical locks, those are all compatible. And then, of course, the three curved roofs are not compatible unless approved by a safety manager that has inspected the roof. So once you've determined that one of the SSRA1 cupped or nylon is going to work for your panels, if you need to add 10-foot walkboards, you can purchase the SSRA2 Roof Jack Adapters. These are fully adjustable for different height seams as well as different pitch roofs. These are going to, because they mount on top of the SSRA1s, they're going to have the same compatibility as the SSRA1 anchors. So if the anchor is compatible with the panel, you can use the roof jacks as well. If you need to mount a 100-foot temporary horizontal lifeline onto a standing seam roof without penetrations, you can, any of these panels that the SSRA1s work on, you can mount an SSRA3 Anchor Plate on top of two SSRA1 seam anchors, and that would be at each end of the horizontal lifeline. So to mount a 100-foot horizontal lifeline, it takes 4 SSRA1s and 2 SSRA3 Anchor Plates. But that's a great solution, and that you can have 2 workers on that line at a time. So for maximum mobility, that for larger roofs, that's a great solution. Now, the Ridge Pro, this is an alternative product. The Ridge Pro mounts on the end of a 16-foot pole, so a worker can climb a ladder, roll the Ridge Pro up the roof with the 16-foot pole, flip it over the peak, and it locks on. And when it goes up the roof, it brings a vertical lifeline with it. So as soon as that worker steps off the ladder, he is 100% tied off to the roof. He can do the tasks he needs to do and safely get back to the ladder. He's attached to the vertical lifeline the entire time. So the great thing about the Ridge Pro is it doesn't attach to the seam. It hooks over the ridge temporarily. So this gives 100% tie off to workers. They love it. Roof inspectors, Christmas light installers, these guys buy Ridge Pros like crazy. There again, this is going to be, it's going to have more compatibility because you're not attaching to the seams of the QuickSnap and the SL100. You're hooking over the peak. The only caveat to this is you just want to make sure it's a 612 to 1212 pitch roof. But the Ridge Pro is something to definitely check out. We have another system. If you are working, if you own a roof, if you own one of these roofs, or if you're working on one of these roofs and you need a permanent galvanized steel horizontal lifeline, we offer a one kit with Super Anchor. And this is permanent posts that are mounted to the seams, 120 feet of galvanized steel, permanent steel cable. That's our 120 kit that's available on the website. So if you have any questions about any of these solutions or about these panels, just give us a call. Be happy to work with you, answer any of your questions, find alternative solutions, whatever you need. So here's our phone number up here at the top of the webpage. Our email is support@fallpd.com. And this blue button in the bottom right corner, this is the live chat button. Just let us know how we can help you.